bold, they are honest, very opinionated, and they are my co-host on the show today. Welcome to My Two Cents on AETV Live. My name is Success Camus, please call me Tiny. And I'm not doing this alone, as usual, to discuss the topical issues and matters that matter to us. I have the beautiful ladies in the house, and starting from my far left, I'll just let them introduce themselves as well.
Hi everyone, my name is Mary Emmanuel. Welcome to My Two Cents.
Hello, my name is Magdalene Tuku, of course call me Maggie, and this is My Two Cents.
The name is Gabriel Egu. This is My Two Cents, and you're welcome.
Okay, so I think today we're starting off on a very serious note because the next topic we're going to be discussing is very important. So I'll just let Gabby take us through.
Yes, most definitely. Today's episode kicks off with this very controversial topic. I'll call it controversial because it has generated mixed reactions from a lot of people. Now, it has to do with the story of a lady named Chidinma who allegedly murdered the CEO of a media outfit couple of years, going 1 year to 2 years now, and she's still on trial for this particular case. But there are stories keep emerging of what her motive could have been for the killing to have happened. Hence she's been remanded in Kirikiri prison in Lagos State. Now the twist in the event that called attention to this matter is that during the International Women's Day celebration, this year, the prison organized some events, one of which was a pageantry, and the Chidinma lady emerged as the winner and was crowned queen.
Wow.
Yes, queen of the cell.
So the entire prison.
Yes. Yes. So according to the nature of that competition, different cells were represented by an individual, and at the end of the day, she emerged queen of the entire prison. So now, well-meaning Nigerians took to social media to express different opinions on the matter. One of which is from Reno Omokri. I want us to take a look at his comment on this. Ladies, I want to know what you think about this story. I mean, because this case is still on trial. She hasn't been proven guilty yet. There are 9 count charges levied against her, and she has, she has pleaded not guilty to all these 9 count charges. So this particular case has not yet been resolved legally. So I mean, now going into a competition of this sort and coming out, emerging as a winner, and people recognizing her beauty in this way is really, some people find it really, yes, off-putting. Exactly. So I want to know what your thoughts are on this, because we understand that, being in a correctional facility doesn't take away your right to engage in certain, social activities, activities for the sake of leisure or even competitions, but some people find it, very troubling because of the nature of because of the nature of the offense and because of the nature of this particular social activity, given that it was a pageantry. So I want to know what you think about that.
Okay, I don't really think the problem is with the fact that the prison authorities organized such an event. I mean, it's an event to celebrate women all around the world. So whether you are freeborn or slave, quote unquote, as long as you're a woman, you ought to be celebrated.
Whether you are within the bars or outside.
The bars. But now people's concern is the fact that this person in question is in a case that is still being ongoing, still under investigation, and a man has been killed where you had admitted initially to have murdered. To have murdered, and along the line you changed your statement.
You're not guilty.
They've been back and forth, they've been to court, and they're still in court. But personally, I don't think there's actually anything wrong with the fact that those events were organized and those inmates, yes, it's a correctional facility. Yeah. They're trying to rehabilitate them.
Yeah.
So far, they've not told us if any of them is on the death row. That's if we still practice penal code in Nigeria. I don't think we do. So yeah, they are there. They did not go out to go to maybe a club or go to party or anything. But I think part of what really triggered people's concern were their outfits, especially Chidima's outfit. Chidima's, aside the fact that I saw some of the clips, aside the fact that she lost some pounds, she's looking well kept. Radiant. She's wearing this very gorgeous dress. I mean, I saw that dress in, a site and I almost bought it. That same dress. So I'm like, okay.
And somebody that is inside
sorry. Talking about that dress. Okay. So the commander of public relations, that's Rotimi Oladokun, actually of the prison, said that those outfits they wore, that the inmates made it themselves. So I'm wondering how you're telling me.
Okay, there's a twist. Yes, he did.
He doesn't even know about the somebody just won. Those outfits they made it themselves. Everything,
they made it themselves.
That is what he said.
So
who gave them the machine?
Okay. So I mean, there's a whole lot more, to talk about, this. But I think some of the reasons why I think most people are upset about this, or some people find it, upsetting, is the fact that, it's not that it happened, it's not that this competition was held, but it was probably the manner in which it was publicized. Now recognizing that the family of this man, the entire society at large, when you publicize, this win, this pageantry win in this way, it starts to make people feel some sort of way. Especially, let's imagine how the family that hasn't yet, gotten justice, gotten justice for that murder of their own father, of their husband, imagine how they'll feel knowing that, a suspect,
is winning a pageant.
Is winning a pageant. Is a queen.
So let's be very objective here when we're talking about this. Okay, so Madam A commits an offense. She is sent to prison. Now, why do you send people to prison? We call them correctional facilities, but what are these? You're supposed to go there and
punishment for an offense.
Thank you. And that's the word. A punishment. You are going to suffer a consequence because you made some wrong decisions. And when you go into where you're supposed to be suffering. Underline the word, that's the word. You're supposed to suffer. Where you're supposed to go and suffer for your crimes. And you're looking good. And you're wearing flashy dresses. And I'm sorry, I am a woman, and I know that I respect women with everything in me. The woman that brought me is a woman. But even if it is Women's Day, it is not supposed to get to Kirikiri because they're supposed to be separated from the world.
Yes.
Because of their offense. They are not supposed to be permitted to do anything that will bring them joy or happiness or laughter. You understand? And this is not because I'm wicked.
It's a correctional
or laughter or anything that other people outside are experiencing. You know why? Because they did something to instigate a loss. Like they did something to lose their freedom, to lose their right to these things. Nothing should be able to get those things that we enjoy outside into there because it makes us the same.
Yes.
Can you imagine somebody having the dress that Maggie wants to wear?
I don't think it makes us the same because already their freedom has already been taken away from them.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
I think there's more to this story than
of course
what we're saying. Yes, because
that's what we said.
And
we don't know.
I want to say I support Reno like 100%.
100%.
And I think the fact that he said he thinks that Chidinma has a Zadi who is manning this whole thing. I mean, that's giving out all this rights to do anything or even come out to, to contest. I think there's more to this. Trust me, this is Nigeria. Now, I'm not downplaying the country, but there are things that go wrong here a whole lot. And I think that is what is happening right now.
You're very true. Now, I think the part that really, got me thinking was the fact that I looked at the whole situation and I looked at Chidinma and I realized that this is not a girl that is feeling remorseful.
No.
Because she's not suffering.
She's joyous.
Aside the not suffering, right? When you put somebody in a confinement, it does something to their psyche. It does something to your mentality. It sobers you. It makes you reflect. It makes you, okay, even if you're not the one that did, actually committed the crime yourself, but you were at the scene of the crime, you were with this man was your lover, and then somehow some things happened that you were around, and let's say they are using you to front. Let's say you are not actually the one that did it, but then you were there, and somehow there should be something that is. I mean, personally, I don't think I would have the nerve to come out and want to protest, because I'm thinking, how is society
if you're really suffering, why not come out?
How is society perceiving me? My conscience, my mind will let me do that. So that is where I actually think something is not right.
Okay.
As for the prison, organizing some events, to include these ladies, though they have committed offenses, but I mean, they're humans also. I don't really see anything.
I agree, but I beg to differ.
Already, I mean,
I agree, but I beg to differ.
Okay.
It's not the fact that they are not human beings, but for you as a human being to close your eyes and take another person's life, whether or not it has been confirmed or not. Now let's leave Chidima aside. What about the other ladies?
Okay.
Do you know what they have done?
Yeah,
do you know whose brother or sister or father they have taken away from this world? Do you know how many people they have robbed, they have stabbed, they have maimed, they have used for sacrifice? Do you know how many things they have done?
Okay, so
I feel like they can do every other activity, whatever, but you see this particular one, I have a problem with it.
To give
you shouldn't start feeling beautiful when you have committed an offense.
It's
wrong.
Mary.
Okay, so I wanted to say something. Now let's also not forget that when it comes to pageantry does not just recognize physical appearance as beauty. Yeah. Beauty has a lot to do with, the state of your mind, how you treat other people. Yeah. When you see the judgment of an actual beauty pageant, not the one done within a cell, as in this case, they are looking at your intelligence. True. They're looking at your physical appearance. They're looking at your personality. What are you going to do for the community the moment you win? Is one of the questions they're going to be asking you. Yeah. They're not just going to be looking at your physical appearance. You're not just going to wear a bikini and strut. Yeah. That's not what a beauty pageant is all about. Yeah. It's about looking at you as a whole and looking at the beauty within and the one, that we can see. I'm
actually very happy that you defined this.
Yes, that's why I did this definition. So in this case, this beauty pageant, is it just looking at physical beauty to say, oh, how do you appear? Because if that crime is still there and, we're not really seeing this remorse that everyone is sort of expecting, so how do you, what qualifies, that? What do you use to measure that beauty? Is it just physical appearance? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So for me, I think, some of the comments that we saw, on social media that came out were people saying that, yes, it's a pageant, and then there's no problem with it being a pageant, with them participating in a pageant. But let's remember that the man who is diseased now was drawn to this lady because of her beauty. And if you're celebrating that same beauty, that most likely make the man lose his life because he was drawn to this lady. Mm-hmm. And that's what we're now celebrating and saying, you're the most beautiful. Okay, I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say.
Exactly. I'm giving a list now of things that I feel should be allowed. It's a correctional center. You should skill acquisition. Do you understand? Spend your time there, learn new things. Do you understand? Like trainings, therapy. Do you understand? Those things are also a means, a form of, they're a luxury, to be honest. They're a luxury. It's not like you are being tortured or anything. Yes. But you see, that's why I say I love the fact that you describe what a pageant is and what it stands
what qualities are people, judges of a pageant, looking at? It's not just the beauty, how you look physically, basically.
Okay, so now let's take that into context. We're bringing this into a prison with women who have committed atrocity. See, I'm not God. Do you understand? It is only God that forgives and forgets. Do you understand? Yes. We are human beings, and whatever. See, when we have done something,
God says, "As He is, so are we."
Oh, please, Maggie.
Not in this case.
Let's not
be logical about this.
So are we. I feel like it's what He feels like we can be. Do you understand? Because we're not like that. We're just, He's there and we are working towards His perfection. Do you understand? That's what the Bible was trying to imply there, to the best of my knowledge. So I feel like a beauty pageant has no place in a prison cell.
Exactly.
Because, yes, it's just a no-no. They should never do that again if they know what they are doing. That's a correctional center. And be making
beauty queens out of
in a prison is just not correcting them. No, it's a luxury. It's giving them confidence. It's making them feel like a beauty queen is supposed to have empathy. She's supposed to have love. She's supposed to be kind. You understand? She's supposed to be a lot of things that these women weren't, because if they were, they wouldn't be there.
By the way, this on a lighter note, did you guys take note of how they looked? They looked really
sexy,
finer than those that are actually free. No, some. No.
A lot of people that actually.
I had to correct that.
Chidima have trimmed anyway. Chidima was.
She's still very
She's
fine.
still
She's
hot.
glowing. Hello.